Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories, a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true.
Good morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining in today. I am glad you are here, and I am glad we have another week together. And today we are reading A Sick Day for Amos McGee. So do join in for that one, and it is written by Philip C. Stead and illustrated by Erin E. Stead. Good morning to you and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining us for this amazing book that we have for you today. Thank you for joining in. Please, as always, let us know where you're joining us from and who is joining in with you. Good morning to you. I hope you had a beautiful weekend. I hope you had a lovely weekend indeed, and I am glad you are here. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, this book we're reading with permission of Roaring Brook Press in New York. Thank you so much for joining us for this amazing book, A Sick Day for Amos McGee. Good morning to you and welcome to Story Time. Good morning to you, Sarah and Nathan out in Illinois. How are you doing today? I am glad you're here with us. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Thank you. And of course, as well, good morning to you, Ellen Edwards in Chicago, Amanda West. How are you doing? I am glad you are here for Story Time. Good morning to you, Madalena Iron and Tudor out in San Francisco. Please do stay dry and stay warm. Yes, right here in Oakland, raining today, very, very heavy rain. Well, raining heavily, so it is very cloudy out here. Not heavy rain, but raining pretty consistently. Thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to you, Catherine. How are you doing today? Catherine Jael, good morning to you and welcome to Story Time. Please remind me who is joining in with you, Catherine. Absolutely appreciate it that you are here. Thank you so much. Henry in Massachusetts, good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to you, Marietta, as well. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you're ready for this beautiful story. Thank you so much for joining in. How was your weekend? Please let me know. Did you do something fun? Thank you for joining in Story Time. Oh, absolutely love it that we're here. We will be getting started shortly. And of course, today we are reading A Sick Day for Amos McGee, written by Philip C. Stead and illustrations by Erin E. Stead and read with permission of Roaring Brook Press of New York. Thank you so much for joining in. As always, a big thank you to all the publishers, creators out there that are allowing us to share great material right here on Storytime. And remember that this week on Storytime, we are celebrating friendship. We are celebrating friendship, and the whole week we'll be reading books that are related to that. And of course, beginning with this one right here. Do check out our platforms to see all the entire lineup that we have for you this week, and I am excited about it. I hope you are too. Good morning to you, Pam. How are you doing today? And you're joining in with Nama and Mason. How are you doing? Please let me know where you are joining us from. Pam, Nama, and Mason, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Absolutely. Let me know how it is going where you are. How is the weather? Thank you for joining in Story Time. All right, are you ready for our book today? Bonabi Thomas out in Barbados, good morning to you. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely love it. And of course, Monabi, I would trade you right now the rain. I want to be in sunny Barbados right now. I hope you're enjoying the sun. I hope it is sunny today. Thank you so much for joining in. All right, a sick day for Amos McGee and hopefully for nobody else out there. Thank you so much for joining in, and let us get started with our story. Yes, a sick day for Amos McGee, written by Philip C. Stead and illustrations by Erin E. Stead, and read with permission of Roaring Brook Press in New York. Thank you for joining in. All right, here we go. A Sick Day for Amos McGee, written by Philip C. Stead and illustrated by Erin E. Stead, and of course read with permission of Roaring Brook Press of New York. Amos McGee was an early riser. Every morning when the alarm clock clanged, he swung his legs out of bed and swapped his pajamas for a fresh pressed uniform. Uniform, where does he work? He would wind his watch and set a pot of water to boil, saying to the sugar bowl, "A spoonful for my oatmeal, please, and 2 for my teacup." Belly full and ready for the workday, he would amble out of that door. Every day, Amos waited for the number 5 bus. "Next stop, City Zoo," the bus driver would call. 6 a.m. right on time, he would reply. Amos had a lot to do at the zoo, but he always made time to visit his good friends. He would play chess with the elephant, who thought and thought before making a move. I have a few friends like that. Run races with the tortoise, who never ever lost. Lend a handkerchief to the rhinoceros, who always had a runny nose. Aww. Sit quietly with the penguin, who was very shy. And at sunset, read stories to the owl, who was afraid of the dark. One day, Amos awoke with the sniffles and the sneezes and the chills. He swung his achy legs out of bed, curled them back again, and said, "Oh, I don't think I'll be going to work today." Oh no. Poor Amos, what is he going to do? Meanwhile, at the zoo, the animals waited for their friend. The elephant arranged his ponds and polished his castles. The tortoise stretched his legs and limbered up. The penguin sat patiently all by himself. The rhinoceros worried that his allergies were worsening. The owl perched atop a tall stack of storybooks, scratching his head with concern. "Where is Amos?" the animals wondered. Later that day, what happened? Oh, looks like the animals are having a meeting. What's going on? Oh, and they're riding the bus. The number 5 bus. Where are they going? Where do you think they're going? Hooray! My good friends are here. Oh, I guess they were going to see Amos. The elephant prepared a game of chess. Amos thought and thought before making a move. I am too tired to run races today, said Amos to the tortoise. Let's play hide and seek instead. The tortoise hid inside his shell. Amos hid beneath the covers. Aww. Amos yawned. I could use a nap. The penguin sat quietly, keeping Amos's feet warm. Achoo! Amos awoke with a sneeze. The rhinoceros was ready with a handkerchief. Aww. I am beginning to feel much better, thank you, said Amos to his friends. He swung his legs out of bed. Perhaps we will share a pot of tea. Aww. Amos wound his alarm clock. It's getting late, he said. After all, we have a morning bus to catch. So Amos said goodnight to the elephant, and goodnight to the tortoise, and goodnight to the penguin, and goodnight to the rhinoceros, and goodnight to the owl, who, knowing that Amos was afraid of the dark, read a story aloud before turning out the light. And off to bed. The end. Thank you so much for joining in for story time today. That was A Sick Day for Amos McGee, written by Philip C. Stead and illustrations by Erin E. Stead, and of course read with permission of Roaring Book Press of New York. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you enjoyed that one. I certainly did. I am glad you were able to join in for that. And this week we are celebrating friendship, friends. And of course, as you could see there, Amos is always there for his friends, and of course they were there for him when he needed them. Thank you so much. Remember that sometimes we have to get out of our comfort zones like the animals did to go out there and make sure that their friend was okay. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. I hope you enjoyed that one. And again, I hope to see you tomorrow when we are back for more story time. And tomorrow we'll be reading Today's the Day. So do join in and find out what that one is all about. Today's the day. Yes, indeed, tomorrow is the day that we will be reading that one. But today, I hope you enjoyed A Sick Day for Amos McGee. How are you doing wherever you are? Thank you for letting me know. It is rainy out here in Auckland. Good to see I think it is sunny today out in Massachusetts. I hope you're having fun. Thank you so much. Sharon Lungo, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us today from LA. Well, I hope you had safe travels and I hope you're having a good time out there. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, Marietta, you're saying it is sunny and cold out in Massachusetts. Please do stay warm. And I hope that story today, that friendship in the story, warmed your heart and warmed you up. Thank you so much for joining in today. Terry McLeod, good morning to you. How are you doing? And Abraham, and you're saying we aren't feeling the best today. Oh, and curled up on the couch today. Great book for us today. Oh, well, I wish you all the best. Warm hugs your way so you feel better. Thank you for joining in Story Time, though, and I hope that made you slightly feel better. Thank you so much for joining in. Please, happy healing, quick recovery. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for joining in today on Story Time. Abraham and of course Terry as well, right close by. And Marietta, you say thank you. Well, you are very welcome. I am glad we're able to share this story together. And Henry, I hope you enjoyed that one and you are having yourself a beautiful day where you are. Thank you so much for joining in. And Bodabi Thomas, thank you for joining us today. Absolutely appreciate it. Thank you. And you say beautiful story. Thank you so much. And of course, Oscar Mwanakulanga joining us all the way out in Katete, Zambia. Good evening to you out there. How are you doing? And great to see you. Thank you so much for joining in and say nice set. Well, I appreciate you. Harmony Beth, you say these are definitely times when we need to check in with our friends and show we care about them when we can't join them. Absolutely, Harmony Beth. Absolutely important message. Powerful, powerful message indeed. I am glad you're able to share that one with everybody. Thank you for joining in. And of course, Catherine Juhal, you say such a warm story on this cold day. Indeed, absolutely appreciate you. And Marietta, one more time, you are very welcome. Thank you for joining in. Abraham, I hope you feel well. And I will see you again tomorrow when we're back with another story. And I am excited to share that one. And Bonabi Thomas, he said, what a lovely story we read today. Thank you for joining in Story Time. This has been Story Time for today. I wish you and yours a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining in. I wish you health. I wish you quick recovery if you're not feeling well. And I wish you many, many more happy times with family and friends. But this week, please remember, check out our platforms for all the details on our lineup for this week and see what books we have for you. Great, great books indeed. And tomorrow, do join us when we'll be reading Today's the Day. So do join in for that one. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I will see you again tomorrow. Much love from me, and please, please keep warm, stay safe, and I will see you again tomorrow.